ZaZa Ali is an author who promotes healing and...
How y'all doing? This is ZaZa Ali.
The website gives a glimpse into her mind.
You know, my life goal, which is to raise the consciousness of this planet.
She's on YouTube talking about all kinds of stuff. And she travels the nation speaking at events and retreats.
According to her Instagram page, she's a truth seeker.
Alicia Burrows heard ZaZa speak and has been following her ever since.
For years, I've been following her, and I just, not necessarily agree with everything she says, but a lot of things that she says speaks to me.
Earlier this year, she signed up for this sold-out women's weekend retreat in Sedona, Arizona. Alicia booked the trip for her and her daughter. She paid $2,998. But one day before the trip, Alicia got a call from ZaZa's assistant. The trip was canceled. Via email, ZaZa claimed she'd been in an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
That's the thing. You had 30 days to give us whatever story you were going to give us. You had 30 days to say, I'm not going to be able to do it. Something came up.
And her gut told her she wasn't alone. She's connected with 5 others who were also waiting for promised refunds. Hope Owens Henry paid $14.99.
I want to know why. Like, just why? And I don't even really want to know why. Give me my money back.
By phone, ZaZa told us she's dealing with financial issues. However,
at this point, you're thinking that all these people who are owed refunds are getting refunds?
Everybody's getting a refund. There's no question about that.
That night, Hope got a PayPal refund. Yay! And then it was declined.
Your email stated that you're waiting on vendors to pay you. What vendors?
We went to ZaZa's business address to get answers, but it was just where she gets her mail. Then we went to her last known address. You know how most reporters bang on doors? Not this guy.
Why aren't you knocking? What are you doing?
I'm communicating. Maybe she can sense that I'm here.
The very next day, Alicia and Hope got refunds. And in a statement, ZaZa says that as of Thursday, she's reimbursed everyone, totaling nearly $15,000. Together, we meditated. With a refund in hand, Alicia's inner spirit is at peace. She considers herself one lucky soul.
The amount of misinformation and lack of comprehension of the American Negro is just remarkably incredible. I mean, you literally have to go behind these niggas like a 5-year-old kindergartner and double check everything that comes out of their mouth or rumor that they spread, because there's somewhere between a 75 to 99% chance that it's not true. Now, you brothers know me. I am not one to defend any black female in most cases, okay? But I have told you that there were some exceptions to the rule. And before I remind you guys of my exceptions to that rule, I want to remind you to be sure to join me on the Obsidian Radio Live Network tomorrow, Monday, December 17th, 2016 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be 5 p.m. in Central Standard Time, and that should be 3 p.m. in the West. So if you want to hear me live, I'm going to be on the Obsidian Radio Live Network at 6 p.m. in the East and 3 p.m. in the West. That includes 4 p.m. Rocky Mountain Time and, of course, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? We're going to be discussing this whole sheep pimp fraud thing that's been going on and how it relates to the overall black community, plus butthurt Negroes and all of that jazz. Now, back to the exceptions to my rule. There are a few exceptions to my rule when it comes to defending black women, or even in this case, half black women. As I said before, one of them is if this individual is physically disabled. Okay, like in a wheelchair, on a cane, something like that. Okay. Another one is if she is mentally disabled. Like I told you guys that sad story about that poor girl that had, I think she had Down syndrome or something like that, who was coming from her little janitor job at Atlanta's airport, and she was kidnapped and murdered, left floating in a river because she couldn't get on a bus because her handicap pass had expired, and everybody saw that she was mentally handicapped and wouldn't let her, and the bus driver wouldn't let her get on the damn bus. There's those cases. I used to say that I still say if she's extremely elderly, and by extremely elderly, I don't mean these hags in these churches, okay? Or no C. Dolores Tucker. I'm talking about an elderly female that, like she's bedridden, or, she's so weak and feeble, like she absolutely can't do anything to defend herself, okay? There's that. If she's extremely young, like a little girl, and I'm not talking about, these 13, 14-year-old little hood rat heifers either. I'm talking about, 3, 4 years old, basically just a baby, and like an extremely elderly person, she can't defend herself because she's so small, okay? And last but not least, if she was convicted of or accused of a crime that she did not commit. Now, that may raise some eyebrows, especially in this case, since one of you brothers had mentioned that ZaZa Ali, apparently some type of rumors or some knowledge that she had once been convicted for bank fraud a while ago. I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is, since I'm smarter than the average Negro, and it's really sad because saying that you're smarter than the average Negro really is not saying a lot, okay? Because that's like 6th grade level education, and it's really sad. Being a black person, this actually makes me feel unfortunate. All you have to do is just do a little research to actually listen and watch the things that are being said. Like all these dummies talking about, I said Paris Milan was the porn whore in the picture. Never said that once. But somewhere, somehow, somebody spread that rumor, and, now everybody believes that that's either her or that I was saying that it was her, and it wasn't. Because Negroes, they don't listen, they don't pay attention. They take something that somebody else says or that they want to hear and they run with it. And it's the same thing in this ZaZa Ali case. Now I know that these negresses were lying on ZaZa Ali when they said that she was a scam artist. So now I have to defend this half-breed bimbo, even though I don't want to, because it's what's right. First of all, and we're also going to touch, and I want to hurry up and get this over with because I want to go to bed, but we're also going to touch on, after I explain to you why this woman has not committed the crime that she's accused of doing. I'm going to go over with you, since we know that that's a farce now, the real reason why black females are hating on this woman. And some of you brothers have already brought it up. Okay. Number one, what is a scam? Okay. Well, we're not going to look up the verbatim definition, but basically everybody knows the gist of what a scam is. A scam is some type of an operation that is intended to look like a legitimate offer or business venture, okay, or application, or something that convinces you to fork over cash or personal information to a person who wants to steal that personal information and or take that money for personal gain without giving you anything fair in return or outright stealing your identity. Okay? A scam is deception with intention, with the intent of theft. Okay? And fraud. Now, when we look at this ZaZa Ali, this report that this local news station did on ZaZa Ali, what's the key thing that they said towards the end of the video? Now, I want to prove that I'm not the only smart nigga up in here. I know most niggas is lost, but I just want to prove to myself that I'm not alone here. So I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds. Starting now. I should have done like Alex Trebek and played that music. Oh, I got it, Alex. Negro Brains for 500. Did they or did they not say that ZaZa Ali refunded first these two black women their money? First time it was declined, but the second time it was fully refunded. And then within however long it took, within 60 days, she had refunded almost an entire $15,000 down to the cent. It was like 14,900 and something. I'll screenshot it. But did they not say that she refunded all of these black bimbos their money back? So if she refunded all of them their money back within the 60 days of canceling, when she claimed to have canceled the event, or when it was found out that the event was canceled, okay? What's the problem? Why are rumors being spread that this woman is a scam artist? If she was a scam artist, she would have took the $15,000 and fled to the Cayman Islands or some shit. Or came up with some excuses to why she couldn't refund the money. And again, I go back to my original video, okay? With supporting this fact, because these black churches are not refunding this money that they've been taking from these people for years and have been doing nothing with it for the black community. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton show ain't giving back that money. Louis Farrakhan ain't giving back that money. Cynthia G, after calling black men beta male coons, you know, like she's pairing up with Brooklyn Blue or something, she hasn't given any money back. Paris Milan hasn't given any money back. What's her name? Radical Home Goddess ain't gave no money back. Brother Polite ain't gave no money back. The freaking Hollywood Jewish libtards that made Wakanda, Black Panther, and had Negroes thinking that Wakanda was real, you know, basically just pandering to the weak-mindedness of Negroes. They didn't get the money for the movie ticket sales back. Derek Jackson ain't gave that money back. All these people scamming you Negroes, selling you a pipe dream, and gave you not one red cent of your money back, Negro. But this woman did. Now in the news story, and you know, these liberal news media outlets, they can't fool me. Because I've seen them spin stuff, you know, in an effort to make the black bimbo look good in a lot of different cases. You know, whether she was killed, you know, by some thug boyfriend she was with, and, you know, oh, she was studying to be a nurse. Then you go to her social media and she's dressed up like a damn Maxwell Street hooker. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, even if she's alive. I've seen them spin these stories. And what they tried to spin it was that ZaZa Ali was not planning on giving the money back until she got caught red-handed And when they called the hotel and found out that the event had been canceled 30 days earlier. But hold the phone. She said, and I think there's legal, I think there's a legal premise for this. She said clearly, as they stated, that all of the money was returned to everyone who bought tickets to this event within the 60 business days that are allowed, within her state or under, the federal or state law, whatever she's talking about. And I know that is probably accurate because when like when money goes back on your debit card or your credit card, for example, okay, because you asked for a refund or they just reimbursed you, it takes some time in a lot of cases. They'll say usually 7 to 10 business days. But for a transaction that big of $15,000, multiple different people, it probably takes a lot longer than that, 60 business days. So then I got to ask the question, what's the problem? How is she a scam artist? Could somebody explain this to me? If she was scamming, she wouldn't have gave the money back. That's just common sense. So why are these rumors? And I want you brothers to share this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that. But definitely share this video with all of these idiots that are accusing this woman of scamming. Why is she being accused of scamming when she didn't scam? She gave the money back. Even if, let's go out on a limb. Let's go out on a limb and say that ZaZa Ali had planned this all along. And I don't believe this is the case at all. But let's say she planned this all along to make this event look legit and, raise this money and then cancel it, right? Okay. Even if that was the case, and I don't think it was, still under law, it can only be considered as an illegal scam if the money is not returned to the sender, to the buyer. Okay? If the money is returned, it's not a scam. Because there was no loss. It's just like, that's why I was laughing so hard. And, I actually dared her and called her bluff again when Paris Milan was talking about how she was going to sue me. I know she's just another black female talking out of her ass. Because you can sue all you want. But to successfully win a case, you have to prove loss, or what they call injury, which by legal definition means monetary loss. Okay? What did you lose? These bimbos, if she actually returned all of that money, and you notice in the report they didn't deny it, then what did these Negroes lose? Besides their egos and pride. What did they lose? See, and now we're going to go to part 2 of this. The real reason why these females are so butthurt and so sore, and they spread these false rumors, because, they quick to talk about how Brian Solange or somebody spread some false rumors on them. But, when I realized this, and I put this together with the fact that I went on, between just Paris Milan, Cynthia G, and this other bimbo on YouTube called Nyla Says. When I went on these females' channels and I just browsed, I didn't even watch their shit. I just browsed. Especially Nyla Says, she's really butthurt about this shit. I think somebody said that basically in so many words, Nyla called ZaZa Ali, and ZaZa Ali basically told her in so many words to go fuck herself, and, she probably, how females get. So this woman is just obsessed with ZaZa. I mean, she's made over half a dozen videos. She reminded me of Egypt Dan back in the day, making like 20 videos a day on the same damn subject. But between these females, you have close to a dozen videos about ZaZa Ali. And this doesn't include all of their supporters, okay? And these are darker skinned females, most of them. I'm thinking to myself, why are they, like all the shit that's going on in the world, you know, why are they so dead set obsessed with ZaZa Ali and this $15,000, especially if it's been returned? I mean, talking about slander, my God, you're spreading lies about a person scamming and she returned the money? But see, the real reason that this is because the likes of Paris Milan, Synthetic G, Nyla Says, and these others, okay, they're jealous of ZaZa Ali's success. They're jealous of her popularity. Oh, they're popular, but they're nowhere near on the scale that she is. It's like me compared to Tommy Sotomayor. People know me, especially with all the controversy that they get in, but not nowhere near on the level of a Tommy Sotomayor. They're jealous of that. And they're also jealous of the fact that she's light-skinned, lighter skin tone, and biracial. Paris Milan especially is always talking about how biracial people, particularly biracial women, stop calling biracial people black. Stop calling biracial women black. Now, I will say that I agree that I don't think biracial people should be considered Afro-American because they are a mixture of several different cultures. But why is she so transfixed on this subject of biracials not being considered black? Don't they have a right to be considered anything they want to be? I mean, she was the one that called herself a webcam model and then took it back and said she wasn't a webcam model. So, you know, can't they kind of contradict themselves if they want to be black even though they're half black? Don't they have a right to label themselves that way? I think I even made a video a few months back about this biracial hair model that was on Instagram, and black females were giving her all kinds of hell because she made some type of Instagram photo about, you know, growing up black and having that, you know, that confused, you know, whole identity politics thing and the racism. And they were trying to tell her that she don't go through the same things that black women go through. And she basically told them off. You know, it's like, who are you to tell this woman what she is, right? Just like you can't tell a man not to be gay. Or you can't tell a black woman not to date outside of her race, or a black man not to date outside of their race. Who are you, right? So, see, the real thing behind all of this is the jealousy against ZaZa Ali. She's biracial. For her age, she's fairly attractive, okay? She's been successful, and she's more popular. See, I can tell you just from, you know, my ex, she spoke a lot on the whole light skin, dark skin thing. Black women, especially the darker skin they are very, very insecure about the way they look. That's why you can have the likes of a Cynthia G or Paris Milan that are, I will give them that, well, Cynthia G in her heyday, because the older she gets, the more that fake up she puts on, and she just looks scary. But, you know, in their prime, they've been fairly attractive women. They still try to make themselves look as Eurocentric with the fake up and the fake hair as possible. Because no matter how much they throw up that fist and talk about, you know, pro-blackness, they're still very, very insecure about their skin color and being black women. That's why ZaZa Ali is receiving so much hatred. There were people waiting in the woodworks, including some people who claim to support her. They were probably waiting for her to do something to fuck up, even if it was an honest mistake. And this may very well have been that. Or it may not have. I don't know. I'm not inside the bimbo's head. I don't know. Don't care. But they were just waiting on her to fuck up so they could point the fingers and say, look at this biracial fraud. When you have all of these dark-skinned frauds, both male and female, again, let's go down the list. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Brother Polite, Cynthia G, Paris Milan. I could almost make a rap video with this shit. Martin Luther King, Derek Jackson, Eddie Long, Creflo Dollar. I mean, do we have to continue? And this has been going on for decades. Decades. The overall picture has been going on for centuries. I told y'all, everybody runs game on you. So again, now the picture is becoming a little clearer. And that's why, if you notice in my first video, when I did my ZaZa Ali video and, joined the club, joined the bandwagon of everybody else that was doing a ZaZa Ali video, I approached it from a completely different angle because, again, because I'm smarter than the average Negro, it's just like the Kanika Jenkins things, just like a lot of things. Something didn't seem quite right to me. Okay, she scammed black women out of $15,000. Okay, that's some bullshit. But wait a minute. Why on planet Earth is everyone making a video about this female and some people are making multiple videos about her? Why is her scam such a hot topic when scams and game have been being and manipulation have been being successfully run on y'all from the Korean beauty salon and the Arab liquor store to Jesus and pay your tithes and offerings in the name of the Lord. Store up them treasures of milk and honey and streets of gold in heaven in these black churches. Why is she such a hot topic? And she's such a hot topic because these insecure black females, just like they followed Jacob Michael Mason, just like they followed Angel Ramirez, just like they followed Louis Farrakhan, Barack Obama, Jesse Williams, Beyonce, and a lot of these other light-skinned half-breeds. They followed this woman hoping that she would lead them to sunshine, lead them to her version of the pink package. And when they thought that she played them, they went apeshit. Not because they thought that she was scamming them so much as their bubble had been bursted. Not by another black person, but by a biracial person who they strive to be like every single day they wake up and go into the bathroom. What they want their children. Oh, my kid's mixed. Oh, he mixed. Oh, she mixed. You don't know how many ridiculous black females I have seen on YouTube that are clearly black talking about they mixed with French or Italian. I'm like, oh, just because you put on a damn wig and a bunch of fake up and paint your damn eyebrows don't make you mixed? That don't change your DNA, fool. What's wrong with you? So jealousy is the motivation behind the slander against ZaZa Ali. She didn't scam anybody, and I'll still have dumb niggas come here after I done broke this shit down Barney style and put it on sticky notes that'll come here talking about you a coon. She's scamming. Even though the evidence is right here in front of your fucking face. She refunded all the money. And again, this is the only time you will see me defending a black female or a half black female, really any female. She has to be extremely old, extremely young, physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, or wrongfully accused of a crime or otherwise serious accusation that she did not commit. Talk to you later, guys.